Hello friends, my name is Type1 and today I'd like to welcome you to my first ever Minecraft mod review video. This will be a sporadic series I do every so often when I either don't feel like making a main series video or I am for some reason unable to upload a main series video, such as last Friday. Getting into our mod today, we'll be looking at... oh my goodness. The Myths of the Sea mod. It's a mod created by the user Flashh. That is Flashh with 2 H's for those looking. This mod aims to add a handful of new creatures to the Minecraft game experience, as well as a bunch of their drops and some cool crafting recipes. So, going forward, we will be looking at our first creature. And we'll be starting out with the Abaya. Please forgive any pronunciation errors. I don't believe any of these creatures' names are English, which is my native tongue, though I do know a few of them offhand. This one is not one of those. This is actually a creature from Oceania mythology, which that is most well known as Australia, but there's other islands near there that are also part of it. In this case, that would be the Fiji, Solomon, and Vanuatu Islands. The Abaya is thought to be a eel-like creature, as you can see here, that dwells at the bottom of lakes, and it is extremely protective of any creature that lives within said lakes, considering its children and protecting them fiercely. Now, the mod version of this guy doesn't really care about other creatures. I tried punching some fish near it, and he just didn't care. However, he himself is a pretty spicy guy. He's neutral to start with, but upon hitting him, he will attack us for a solid 2 hearts of damage. A nice little biting animation there. The animations of this are pretty good. That's enough out of you. Now, upon slaying this fella, he will drop... where is it at? Where is it at? I know what I'm doing here. The Abaya Fin. Now, with the Abaya Fin, 2 of these and the Prismarine shards here, you can craft them in a boot style and make the Abaya tail boots, as we can see here. Boop. And then make a disgusting wet fish sound whenever you put them on, which I kind of love, but kind of hate. But with these, you get a natural Depth Strider 3 ability. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't actually stack with Depth Strider, so you can have, like, Depth Strider 6, though that'd be really sick. And then they also just give you, was it 2 points of armor protection. So, defense-wise, not super great, but, like, speed-wise, not too shabby. I mean, we love a little bit of Depth Strider in this house. Right, our next creature is the Bake Kujira. Now, this is a Japanese yokai-inspired creature. The yokai itself in mythology is a skeletal whale, which you can kind of see here. I think this guy looks a bit more like a legless alligator with his skull and all. Kind of more dolphin-sized as well, but those are in the same family as whales, so I'm willing to let it slide. But these guys would appear with skeletal fish around them and strange birds, odd birds as the description I found called them. Which I'd love to know what exactly an odd bird is, because that's all it said. I don't know what was odd about them, just they were strange. Strange, odd, birdie birds. And this fella was like a vengeful spirit, hunting down those who hunted whales. Now, this guy is hostile by default, and does a decent amount of damage, as you can see here. So we'll just go ahead and slap him. He will drop the Bake Kujira Bone Shards. Now, with these, we can make the Bake Kujira armor. So we'll go ahead and pop this off here real quick. Now, this armor only gives you about 13 points of armor, which is worse than iron, but better than gold. But in exchange for that, you look sick as heck. You get this cool bone aesthetic going on. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the armor itself, as far as I could tell, doesn't really have any kind of special effects. It is just plain old armor. You can enchant it like normal armor. Outside of that, it's nothing too crazy, but it looks cool. So, you know, we can let it slide for that. For our next creature, we have one that I'm actually familiar with. This is the Bunyip. Look over here, buddy. Now, I find it a bit odd. This creature is... He's not really a good swimmer in this mod. He is almost primarily a land creature. And he is from... This is from Aboriginal mythology. They considered bunyips to be like evil spirits or devils. It was later described by some random white guy who went to Australia at some point as a seal-like creature, which I feel like they've captured that here. Maybe a little bit more on the sea lion side, but with like proper legs. He got like webbed feet for swimming and stuff. Now this guy, he's another hostile one. He's got a swipe attack, as you can see. He will slap the heck out of you. And this fella will do about 4 hearts of damage to the player. Now, upon killing him, he has a chance to drop Bunyip Fangs. Now, with the Bunyip Fangs, you can actually craft a pretty cool item. This is the Bunyip Claw. Now, this is a weapon, but it's not like weapons you normally see in vanilla. If you look closely, it says +2 attack damage when dual wielding. So this is actually, you do 5 damage, 5 damage just holding one. So it's an okay amount of damage. But when you dual wield them, you're doing 7 damage, and here's the normal attack. Hold on, let me show you the normal attack first. So there's the normal attack, just a little whack. But then you get both of them out, and you got a double whack. Which, yeah, I know that's not like the craziest thing in the world, but I mean, it's cool that this is a mechanic. Look, you got like furry hands, dude, or like those old Hulk smash gauntlets from like the early 2000s, those cool gloves, you know, kind of thing going on, which is pretty neat, I think. You know, just a little smack and slap in action. It does good damage, and you can enchant these. Let's see, we can give it Unbreaking, Mending, and Curse of Vanishing. Wow, that's terrible. Not the best enchantments in the world, but it's a cool mechanic. I like the mechanic a lot. Alright, so next up we have the Leviathan. Now this is just a big heck-off sea serpent in this mod. And he's pretty traditional looking. It's a good model. I like how he looks. The name itself implies to me references to the biblical Leviathan, a massive monstrous creature that was a direct enemy of God. Like, biblical God was rivaled by a messed up sea beast, which is kind of sick. I don't know if this thing is entirely inspired by that, or just inspired by Leviathan, meaning a big creature, and that being used for sea monsters a lot. Now this guy is the most powerful mob in the whole mod. Show you here. We don't have full health. Yeah. See, he may have one-shotted me just now, but he will also one-shot you at full health. Let's see, is he still here? Yeah, he is. Come here, buddy. Please don't despawn. Please don't drown before I get here. Come on. I made this tank way too big. Here we go. Boom. Look at that. 10 hearts of damage, which is insane. Of course, I'm not wearing armor, so, you know, if you got the proper protection, it will be less. What's the total wrong side? No, I didn't. We're good. Let's pop it. Yeah. So, extremely powerful creature. But he also has an extremely powerful drop, which is the Leviathan Heart. Now, Leviathan Heart, no crafting recipes. There's nothing to craft with it or from it. However, you can eat it. And eating it gives you 2 extra red hearts. And it's not just 2 extra red hearts. You can stack these up to 20. Now, unfortunately, I don't think these are permanent. As I tested earlier, it seems like upon death you do lose them. But, like, be for real, dude. Like, I mean, if you're strong enough to kill a creature that normally one-shots you, I don't think you're going to have to worry about losing your extra hearts anytime soon. So next up we have the Hippocampus. This one we don't even need to go into survival mode for anything. It's an entirely passive mob. If you punch it, it'll run from you. Hippocampuses are from, or is it hippocampi? I'm unsure. But they are from Greek mythology, being half horse, half fish. Just graceful, lovely swimmers. And that's what these guys are in the mod as well. You can't mount them, ride them, tame them, as far as I was able to tell. I tested a lot of stuff, and I could not find a way to do that. And they also don't seem to give you like a buff like dolphins or anything, unfortunately. But, do they? Something very fast. Maybe this should come flying. But they are pretty. They're a nice little piece of set dressing. There's not really a ton to say about them. They do have a drop that's going to be the Hippocampus's Eye, which if you use this, you can make a potion of night vision, which, you know, that's... I mean, you gotta kill a poor hippocampus, but that is like a slightly cheaper golden carrot, so... Not a bad drop by any means. Alright, and lastly, our last beast of the deep for this pretty sick mod, for all things considered. Like, it's a rather small mod, but everything that's in it, all these creatures are really solid. I like them a lot. Here we have probably the single most well-known creature on this entire mod pack. Not mod pack, just mod. That would be the Kraken. This is a dude, a cephalopod from Norwegian mythology. And basically his job was to mess up any and all ships that he came across. Now, of course, you know, we know today that the myth of the Kraken was probably inspired by giant squids or colossal squids, something of that nature. Does he have anything going on back here? No? Just I like the tentacle texture. Like, that's really cool that they detailed him like that. That's really sick. Yeah, but this guy is big, he's bad. He doesn't do a lot of damage, though. I mean, 4 hearts, but he attacks fast, so... Ow. I'm a big fan of this guy, though. He's got a good design. I like how he swims. He's just all-around, just a very good-looking mob. And something that I would definitely be terrified to see coming out of, like, a deep-sea trench or something. Like, look at him. He's got angry eyebrows, dude. This is a creature that means business. And now, here's my favorite part of this. This sword is my special, you know, enchanted sword to get rid of stuff very quickly. 136 attack damage. It's one-shotted everything else. Not this guy. He is the beefiest mob in the whole pack. Taking 2 hits from this thing. Now, he does less damage than Leviathan, but he is harder to kill than Leviathan. Damage-wise, at least. But he also drops one of the best items, the Kraken Tentacle. Now, you can hold this in either hand, but it doesn't really benefit you holding it in your main hand. But putting it in your offhand, you get extra range. Here, let me go into survival so you can actually see the effects. Okay, so this is as far as I can... Where are we at? Right here. That's as far as I can reach normally. And now, boom, boom, boom. 3 extra blocks of range, dude. This is a lot like that crab claw item that they were planning to add with the crab, if for that old mob vote. Which, please, Mojang, for the love of God, put the crab in the game. I need extra reach. But, you know, for a mod, this is really, really sick. So it's a pure tool item. Doesn't do any damage or anything like that. But it gives you so much range, dude. So much range. Like, you could hit mobs from a freaking dozen blocks away, almost. It's super sick. Honestly, all the drops from these guys are all really, really cool. I mean, the armor is not super great, but it looks cool. The boots are really nice. The bunyip claw is a cool mechanic. You know, easy night vision potions. Extra health for, well, not for free. But, you know, as close as one can get. But I think that will cover it for this mod. If I made any mistakes here, please feel free to let me know. I looked into this mod. I went over everything I found in it itself. I hope I didn't miss anything, but I'm only human. I'm not perfect, unfortunately. And, yeah, if y'all want to see more of these, just let me know, please. I would love to keep making these. This was fun to do. Just a nice little breath of fresh air in between all the getting beaten down in Dark Souls and trying to get over my mind's blocks against making a giant build in Minecraft, you know? But I think that will do it for us today. So if you enjoyed this video, please, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Do that good YouTube stuff and let me know your thoughts. I think this is a cool mod. What do y'all think? But until next time, my friends, have a good morning, evening, afternoon, and night. Bye-bye.